several states that have not been called by the experts. The states that have not been called are Nevada and Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, uh, North Carolina, where I live right now, and Georgia. So, you know, it's just the race is still very tight. And uh, former Vice President Biden has a lead in several of the states in Nevada and Arizona and Michigan. President Trump has a lead in Pennsylvania, Georgia, and North Carolina. So, but there's still states. There's still many ballots that are not counted, mail-in ballots primarily. Um, Much different than how you do your elections in India, with everybody goes to the polling booth. But in this case, because of the COVID pandemic, there was a tremendous amount of people that voted by mail. Over 100 million people voted by mail, and they also are saying this will be the largest turnout in election. Approximately 65% of the eligible voters would have voted, around 160 million, and over 100 million of them voted before yesterday. So traditionally, the U.S. has an election day, and generally by the next day, we know the results. Sometimes even by that night. But this one seems to be a little bit different, and so the experts have not called the elections yet. So we don't know who the winner is. What? Yeah, yeah. You know, India is such an important country to us in the geopolitical world that I think, regardless of who wins, I think there will be a very strong relationship between India, whether it's Vice President Biden or President Trump. I do not see a shift in policy. That's from a perspective of someone that has observed the policies between India and the U.S. since the 1980s. When I started visiting India, I've been to India probably 60, 70 times. I've never lived there, but I've been there many, many times. And I was also appointed by your government as the Honorary Consul for India in the Southeast for over a decade. And so I've had an opportunity to be engaged with the Indian government for many, many years. And it's just strategically important for the U.S. and India to maintain a strong bond. I know that President Trump and Prime Minister Modi have a very strong relationship. Honestly, I think if the election were to go to Biden, I think there'd be also a very strong relationship between the two countries. So, so that's my take on it. I don't think policy is going to shift that much because, I mean, look at how important India is in the over geopolitics with China, and then also the recent meetings, that India and the U.S. and Australia and Japan had. I think it's a very important dynamic relationship that I've only been able to see it grow since the 1980s when I started becoming engaged with India, both through politics and business and through friendships. I have many friends there. I actually have a degree or a certificate from IIMA and spent a long time in Ahmedabad studying at your university. So I feel strongly that this relationship, regardless who the winner is, will continue to grow and get stronger. Well, this is a personal opinion. So, but I believe, yes, I believe that the relationship will continue very strongly. And again, there's so much important from a geopolitical aspect that U.S. maintain a strong relationship with India. I don't think there's any doubt that regardless of who sits in the White House, that there will be a strong relationship between the two countries, and they'll continue to grow. Um, okay, I, I'm sorry. Oh yes, I've been to your state several times. Like I said, I went to IMA. I met with your chief minister Modi when he was the chief minister on several occasions. You have a beautiful state, a beautiful city, and where are you located? Ahmedabad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I spent a month living in your city, studying global leadership, and you know, you have a beautiful state and one that is so